Family caregiving can be complex and challenging, especially when the person being cared for has dementia. Caregivers can be successful if they understand that their role may change over time. There is support and there is help.
I'm providing care to my husband. He was diagnosed in the last few years with Alzheimer's. At this point in my life, it means trying to help someone stay confident. It means trying to manage a household. It means trying to support other people in their losses and in their changes. And it means, for me, learning some new skills that I've never had before. The biggest thing is just realizing I'm not the only one. And it's okay to talk about it. And it's okay to say, I don't know what I need, but I think I need help. That's what I'm learning how to do each week. My volunteer work is part of what's taking care of me, because I go every Monday afternoon to the hospital. I sing, we do crossword puzzles, we have a club, and I have fun, and that's what I'm doing for myself. My husband's doing some volunteer work in the community too, and this comes from the fact that he's always been someone to take care of other people. He's always said he'd like to do some work with the veterans group here. Since I volunteer at the hospital, I said, why don't you visit some of the guys that are veterans there? So we go every week. He meets with a volunteer from Lifespan. They are both veterans, and they go and visit the residents of the hospital and listen and learn. And Mike loves that day. It's his favorite day. Probably my biggest guidance would be, listen. Try to get the person you're concerned about to say as much as they can about what's going on, because otherwise you're just guessing. It looks like, I think you're doing this. Why are you, why? Those questions can't all be answered for memory problems. But it's like, tell me how you're feeling. Be prepared for your doctor's appointments. Write down some things. Bring somebody with you to go to the doctor's appointments so they can listen for you. But develop a relationship with somebody else in the staff, on the office, that you can call and say, I have another question. In other words, don't be afraid to ask.